Hello, hello, hello. I'm getting ready to leave the house to go pick up Tanya. And it is 7:19. And I told her I would be there at 7:30. And it is beautiful outside. It is 88 degrees right now. It is so hot. And we are going to our Tuesday night meeting, which I actually haven't been to. I didn't go last week because she was in Florida. I haven't been to it in like, it is so hot. Did you see like when it turned it on, the camera was like acting crazy. It was like fogging up. So I haven't been to it. I guess maybe 2 weeks ago I went. I can't remember. I was kind of going every other week. I feel like 2 weeks ago we had something that we were going to and I couldn't go that night. Or was it? No, Tanya left 2 weeks ago and then she came home last week. So that's why I hadn't gone for 2 weeks. So this has been 3 weeks. But now I'll be going back every Tuesday. So, which was nice because I was able to pick up some other meetings that I typically don't go to. And I went to a couple noon meetings that I love. I love going to meetings during the day because it's kind of a whole different crowd than you get if you go at night. So it's nice. Plus you get to see people that like you haven't seen in a long time if you switch up meetings a lot, which is fun. I mean, in Indianapolis, I think there's something like, well, it depends on what program too you're talking about. But Indianapolis has a huge community of 12-step programs. I mean, it's crazy just like going out to dinner or going to like shopping at Walmart. I mean, I run into people constantly. But, I mean, I've also been sober for so long that I've met so many people. You know, and I run into people quite a bit that aren't still sober. And a lot of them are like, hey, you know, yeah, I don't go to meetings anymore and I'm not sober, but like life is going good and you know, this is happening or that's happening, which it's always nice to hear that too. You know, not everybody that walks into a 12-step program is an alcoholic or an addict, so I'm glad that their life is manageable and working for them. I'm trying to decide which way I should take to go to her house. Down. So what did I do today? Well, I went into my office and I wrote for a little bit. And I actually outlined another book that I'm going to work on. So I don't know if you guys remember me talking about the idea that I had for that book called Trash. But I'm actually going to work on that book after I finish the 2 books that I'm working on right now. I don't like to write 2 fiction pieces at the same time, even if they're short stories, because the characters kind of like start feeding off of each other from one thing to the next. But when you're like, when I'm writing like stories about my life, it feels very much like when I was daily blogging, not vlogging, blogging, actually writing about my life versus writing a book. It feels completely different to me. So it's kind of nice to go back and forth between the 2 things. And the story that I was working on today, which I won't tell you guys what it's about, but it's called A Cobb Salad and a Tab. I've never told this story before on my channel. Like, I'm trying to find stories of my life about things that I've never talked about before. So I kind of try to steer clear of some of those stories, but it's kind of fun, you know? It's definitely, I mean, there's some stories that I've talked about that I'm writing as well, but I'm a little bit more deliberate with, if there's more to the story, I'm telling it, like in the written form, so there'll be things that people aren't aware of. And it's not just a book full of stories that I've already told. I wouldn't do that, so. But I'm excited how that is going. So I went to my office and So I don't know if I talked much about this, but my roof leaked all winter long in my office, and my landlord we had a change of landlords, and the new guy they're both really nice, but the new guy's really nice. And so they finally sealed my roof, and now they're replacing the ceiling tiles because all the ceiling tiles, like in one room, like combusted and fell through. So he was coming in there today to like replace those tiles, and I was trying to work, and he was like, would it be better if I came back on another day? And I didn't want to say, yeah, it really would. But he's like, I can come back on Thursday or Friday. And I'm like, that's cool. So he's gonna come back on Thursday or Friday and finish them. And my air conditioning is fixed. I just got a new air conditioning unit in my office last year. I'm sorry, you guys, it's so dark. But I got a new air conditioning unit last year in my office, and like the whole building did, and it was broken. And he said it was like my unit and the one next to it, like our offices, were the ones that like weren't working because supposedly somebody like kept their heat on air conditioning on all winter long. I was like, that wasn't me, because I would turn it down when I left anyway. And I never had the air conditioning on in the summer. He's like, and he was nice. He's like, it doesn't really matter. He's like, we needed it fixed anyway, but so everything is fine, fixed in my office. And yeah, so that was my day. And then I went and I ran some errands. I went to the bank, went to the post office, had to mail some things. And then I came home and I made my videos, and I just uploaded the video for my drama channel, and I'm uploading my Peterisms video right now as I speak. And this car's like writing a line, like they're not really sure what they want to do. And then I am going to upload my booktube video when I get home, because I couldn't get them all uploaded before I left. And yeah, and then Alex came home, and I took a shower, and he fed the dogs, and I got ready to go pick up Tanya. And I have 4 minutes to get there. It's 7:26. I think my car clock is like a minute fast. I'm like all of a sudden just like kind of in my head, not even thinking about anything. Has that ever happened to you? I haven't read today. I listened to The Golden State Killer last night a lot. I only have like 2 hours left of it. It's very good. It's very well done. I read some articles last night about how they captured him, which is interesting. I'm glad, to be honest with you. Like, if you're doing the book club with me, I'm glad that I listened. Somebody asked, how do you join the book club? Well, you just can watch the videos, and if you want, and then there's also, you get Goodreads, which is a free app. It's like Facebook, but it's for books. And Peter's Book Club is listed on there. It's listed underneath all of my booktube videos. And you just go over there and join the group. It doesn't have to be approved or anything. I think there's almost 400 members so far. Like, I'm so excited. It's like the coolest thing. And you can pick and choose the books you want to read, participate in the discussion on the thread. That's on the group site. I also make videos. I'm probably going to make a video tomorrow talking about my update on it before I do the live discussion on Sunday, which will be at 4 p.m. Which I, of course, didn't think through that this is race day weekend, but I'm not going to the race, so it doesn't really matter because I probably won't be doing anything that day anyway. So I will still be doing the video that day, or the live discussion that day, because I skipped the Heaven one, and I'm not skipping anymore. The Heaven one I will do at a later time. I just cannot get through the book, and people are asking me like what it is that I don't like about the book. It's, first of all, the dialect was really hard for me to get through at the, like, let's say the first, I don't know, 3 chapters. And the thing is that I don't dislike a colloquial, like, language in a book. Toni Morrison actually does it a lot in her books. But the problem is that as much as I love V.C. Andrews' books, I think she did it incorrectly. Like, it's almost phonetic, and so, like, you really have to kind of sound out each word, and it slows down. It's really hard to catch on to. I think it would have been better done if she had referenced a Southern accent from that area, and maybe did one sentence, and then the rest of it would have been told just in regular dialogue that you would have assumed she talked that way. Like, it has to be done very, very well to be readable. And I've had a lot of people that have commented and contacted me and said Heaven is like really difficult to read because of the language. And it is. And it's kind of almost honestly a made up language too, because it's kind of like a Cajun Southern accent that like the spelling is made up, if that makes sense. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like they're not words that we know like in our everyday language, so it's hard, like in English, so it's like a spin off of that, and it's hard to like, it's not slang, it's not colloquial, it's her made up, like she made up a written language to match what she wanted the characters to sound like, if that makes sense. And so it's difficult to read. And honestly, on the heels of my Sweet Audrina, I just wasn't really that interested in reading another V.C. Andrews book, and I didn't think it through when I was putting the reading list together. So because of that, I've made all future books standalones, or the first book in a series, but we're not reading the rest of the series, because I think it'll be easier that way for people that don't want to read a whole series or whatever. And a lot of people have told me that they've gone on and read all the books. I don't know how it was so easy for me at the time. I mean, maybe I just wasn't that invested in like reading like every word like I was this time, and really wanted to like catch the nuance of the book. I like the idea of the book, you know? But, so yeah. And we're gonna go to our meeting, and then afterwards I'm gonna do a live stream tonight. And that is about it. And I have literally been drinking this coffee all day since noon, and it is 7:31 right now, and it is like, but I keep on drinking it. Do you guys ever buy Starbucks drinks and they're so expensive that you feel like you have to finish it? Like, that's how I feel. Like, I'm like, well, you paid $4.39 for this, so you might as well finish it. I need to stop going through Starbucks, but I really don't spend money on foolish stuff that much. So I really enjoy, like, every day going through there and saying hi to people. And that was something I related to in the Graveyard Girl video. She's like, well, I have my friends at Starbucks. I was like, I have my friends at Starbucks too. I mean, I have other friends as well, but I do like going through Starbucks every day and ordering my coffee, and, you know, I don't know, it's just kind of like a fun ritual for me that I do on a daily basis. I know I could make coffee at home. I know I could make iced coffee at home. In fact, somebody told me that I could just go buy like those big tubs of iced coffee, like Starbucks iced coffee, and they're like $4, and then just keep this and clean it. I was like, I don't know about all that. They're like, if you like it that much, I'm like, well, I have the hard Starbucks cups too. Well, they're like, well, what do you use those for? And I'm like, hard coffee or iced tea or water. This weather is absolutely beautiful. All right, you guys, well, listen, I am about 5 minutes from Tanya Jean Applestein, prettiest girl I've ever seen. Ba-da-da-da-da. I was thinking that commercial back in my head, or back in the day that I used to listen to. I'm a woman. Do you remember that song? What was that? It was like a perfume or something back in the day. I can't remember what that was. Gina Tay. Do y'all remember that Gina Tay stuff, that Bass Splash? My mom used to love that back in the day. Okay, well, I'm gonna go pick up Tanya, and I will be back later. Look who I got in my video.
Video queen.
We were just coming out of the gas station. Tanya got a big fountain cup. And, she's incognito. She's in disguise.
Always.
Beth from Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Hush, dog.
So anyway, I said, Tanya, this guy is so cute that's coming out of the gas station. He was too. And she goes, what'd you say? This old guy came out, was getting on his motorcycle. What'd you say?
I said, not you, shipwreck.
Not you, shipwreck.
Hey, you, dreamboat. Oh, not you, shipwreck.
Not you, shipwreck.
That's bad.
What does that mean even? I don't even know what it means.
Who is that?
Lori, Casino Lori.
Oh no, that ain't
Recovery
happening.
Lori. We're getting ready to go in the gas station. What do you got to say to the people?
Hi, people. Thank God it's summer is all I can say.
Do you guys miss Tanya in the live? You're not wearing your sunglasses in the grocery store.
I am, because you got fans.
Shut up. Here, I'm gonna maybe film a little bit while I'm in there.
Oh no.
It is so nice out tonight. What's your hat say even?
Rocky Point. So let's go to Mexico.
Okay, look at us.
Yay, summertime.
I wonder if they have patio furniture here out of all those places that we went to.
Okay,
Look how short you are though.
Look how tall and handsome you are. Listen to this. I went to IKEA today and I had seen patio furniture I wanted, and the guy goes, "Yeah, I can help you." Every one of them sold out. I said, "Well, you're not helping me. Why is this out here?
I'm
Can't
sorry.
sell it."
Do you need a cart?
I'll take a little one. Oh my gosh, look at these watermelons. Can I have one, Peter?
Look at these watermelons, they're long.
Musty. Woo! No, doggy.
See, look over here. They have patio furniture over here, but it's not anything I want.
I want a big couch. That's all I want.
I want a big couch too, L-shaped couch.
Naturally, I get the carpet freaking squeaking.
We'll go get another one. It's just not that big of a deal. Look at Tanya and her watermelon. Just me and my watermelon. Name it.
It's Henry.
Henry.
Henry! You know he's gonna carry this in my house for me.
I'm not carrying that, and you can call your husband out and do it.
No, he doesn't like them like we like them.
Okay. Should we go over here and look at all the people that have made a difference?
No.
Look at all the people that have made a difference. Our people make a difference.
Learning in progress. Ooh, look at those flowers. Will you buy me some flowers?
Oh, those are so pretty.
I just need some fruit.
Yeah, I came in here to get something for dinner, and Tanya's buying strawberries.
You asked me to come. I love that thing. What you getting?
I don't know. Oh, look at all this. Alex always goes, "I'm so into succulents now." Look, he's always like, "I'm so into succulents."
You can get him a
Should I
watermelon.
buy him with succulent? What's a succulent though?
I don't know.
Like these are succulents kind of, aren't they?
Well, they say succulent on them.
Oh, they do. Those don't look like they're doing very good though.
I don't know. They're like desert
That
flowers.
looks like those are peas up in this. Oh!
Edamame. Oh, let me get some nanners.
Okay, so we come in here because I have things that I need to get, and then we end up shopping for Tanya.
All right, what are you getting, big dog?
I want to get some stuffed olives. Look at that cookie.
Only in America. Get some sushi.
Tanya makes this white trash dip, she calls it.
I've been craving it.
What do you put in it?
Cottage cheese, sour cream, mayonnaise, and
Ranch. Powdered ranch. Let me tell you though, I'm gonna get potato salad. I'm gonna have a little picnic tonight, I think.
All right.
But let me tell you about her dip. It's gassy side effects.
Oh God, Peter, especially.
Shut up, that is not true.
You said it.
You said it.
You are it.
Look at those little cornbreads though.
Get you some. You like those.
I do love cornbread, but I don't eat cornbread
You
in
love
it.
me some cornbread. You like them.
Huh? I'm not going to the deli anyway. Where are those?
Bruschetta?
No, I don't eat meat. Okay, I want these green olives with herbs.
Okay.
No, I want the stuffed olives. Here they are.
How do you?
40 calories per 2 olives.
Ooh, they're with blue cheese. How much are those?
I don't know.
That's crazy they don't have the... I'm not buying nothing unless they have a price on them.
$4.67.
Oh, Lord. What else?
Well, I'm having a little picnic, see?
So you got, okay. Do you need some chips for your picnics?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you remember okay, so I was telling about Roslyn Bakery. See, here's Roslyn Bakery. These are Sweetheart rolls that my mom and I used to get. They did close down, but they had the cookbook you can still buy.
Oh, they closed down because
That
they had
Sweetheart
roaches.
roll was not, they had ants. No, mice. It was mice in the factory.
Roach.
Look at that lemon blueberry. See, there's Roslyn right there.
I like their claw, their bear claws.
There's little Roslyn.
I see ants in them.
You do not. Shut up, Tanya. Look at these gourmet cinnamon rolls. Do you remember the cinnamon rolls that Abby used to make? Dance, Tanya, dance. Come on. Dance. Faster, faster, faster. She planned out her whole outfit for the meeting tonight. Look at this.
No, tell me. Look, I'm not worthy.
Do you want to hear a rumor?
What is it?
That I relapsed and that I don't go to meetings. That's what those gossip people say.
Oh, fuck them. What do they have? Oh, get a life. I'm glad you're so special.
This is my non-sober friend Tanya and I. We're gonna go get real drunk now when we go home.
Let's some hard cider. That's the way we roll. 2 for 6.
What do you do? We go to recovery meetings and then we go get drunk.
Yeah.
Why would anybody say that? It's making a joke of somebody's sobriety is so disgusting, I think.
When did, because they know it's precious to you.
But you know what's interesting is, like, I think at like 2 or 3 years it would have bothered me, but like today, I'm just like, my sobriety's for me. I don't really care what somebody has to say about it.
Right. It's like, okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You gotta get, what do you need?
She wore a coat because she's so cold up in here. Oh, I love the coconut too.
We love
the coconut's good.
I want some kamikaze. This is what I've been drinking.
What? Kombucha?
It's $3.29 and I got a pack. So cheap.
You got what?
I got like a 6-pack of these. So cheap. It's good.
Who do you think you are? You think you're like Miss Health Nut of the world.
Why are these so?
Why are you shaking it up?
Because I can.
Shake it again. Tanya, you're a bad citizen.
You are a.
Look.
What up?
Put that down for a second. Put it down.
Sponsor me. What?
Put it down for a second.
I want some hummus.
Come on. Let's dance. Oh wait, let's do this one. Okay, so Tanya and I back in the day, when her son was young, we would dance in the kitchen and then we would do, what were the ones we would do?
Oh.
Do the shower. They can't see you, we have to stand back here, okay? Okay, wait, here it is. Do the shower. Do the lawnmower. What was the lawnmower?
Do the grocery shop.
Do the grocery shopping.
Do the weed eater.
Do the weed eater. This one's just called Buka.
Yeah, that's good.
I used to drink those too. Those Synergy ones were my favorites. The ginger ale. Tastes like ginger ale, kinda.
Tastes like ginger beer.
You don't even know which ones you've shaken now. They probably are all. It's shaking bacon. I helped. Booyah! I just got your butt big on there.
Aww.
Okay.
Alright, what else?
Oh, Alex wants veggie chips. Where are chips? Do we pass them?
That's crazy.
Potato chips, salsa and dip. Come on.
Are you eating on here?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff, so come on.
Oh, but I'm not allowed to shop, but you're allowed to go to the whole damn grocery store.
We came in here for me. Ow! Do you need pantyhose?
I need pantyhose.
Pantyhose.
Remember legs, pantyhose?
Okay. Look at these. They have like veggie Pringles. Those are the ones that he likes.
Oh, I might be nice to get Eric a can of Pringles.
Look at all these chips. Chips, 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 chips. Where are the chips that he likes? They never have the ones that he likes anymore. They have the veggie sticks, but they never have the veggie chips, Tanya. Yeah, here they are, vegetable chips. Simple truth. But these aren't the ones he likes.
Oh well, we'll just have to make do. Love you,
He
Alex.
likes these, that brand, but the chips.
Yeah, I like this. Wait, here, babe.
And he doesn't want cheddar cheese.
Hush your mouth. Yes. They don't have them.
Did you see that muscular guy, muscular guy that was all tatted up over here?
Oh, was he cute? Or she just like looking like,
He was like, what are you guys doing up in here?
Well, I can't believe my watermelon. I'm impressed. That is grown straight up.
You have one big watermelon.
You are a watermelon.
That was him right there.
Here's how Peter whispers.
Am I allowed? I can't hear.
Here.
I'm so deaf. I can hardly hear.
Oh,
Aww. Look at you.
I think I can have a baby in it.
My God, you're 62, Tanya. You
Oh my
back?
God. I'm 62 and drunk.
Oh, I want an orange juice. Hold on.
These are the best. You can sip your milk at the same time.
I love those. Okay.
You need like a veggie sandwich or something. What about a bagel or something?
I feel like I'm about to pass out. I haven't eaten today. God.
They have snowboards.
This is a nice Kroger. We always say that when we come in here.
I know, and I never come here.
Oh my God, these are the things I was talking about that my mom used to have. Look, they're 2 for $5.
I need to get this.
Do you remember these? And my mom would say, do y'all want ice cream? And this is what I was talking about. They're not really ice cream.
Then you have to pass them out to every neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Every neighborhood could get one. Okay, I need some cheese.
What kind of cheese?
Gouda.
Gouda.
The Kroger brand Gouda is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, they don't have it. Oh no, here it is right here.
Let me see, what color is that Gouda? My Gouda's not that color. How much are those?
No, we need to go to the vegetarian section.
You're not even looking at the prices. We need to bargain.
Have you seen those? I miss corn dogs.
Oof.
Do you know those? Okay, what's that bunny ice cream? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Blue Bunny?
Blue Bunny. Have you seen that they have sundaes now?
Ooh, I got some of those.
I got some of those too up in my freezer right now. Cause you were the one that made me get them. The last time we came here, we were right here, and Tanya goes, "This grocery store is so much nicer than the one that we go to. I'm not coming to that one anymore."
And
have you been back here since?
No. Everybody likes that Halo, but for some reason I
think it tastes like ice. Do you remember ice milk?
Yes.
Okay, down here is where frozen meals.
Where's your Carb Smart ice cream bars? They don't have them. It's a bunch of bull strapping.
Okay. Look at that, Tanya. You get with that plate and put your watermelon right on there. No, I need to go down here. Don't be trying to hurry me. Dance, Strip in the Kroger. Strip for $1.
Yeah, I'll make you dollar, I'll make you holla.
I don't even know what I'm looking for. They don't have it.
What? You're looking in frozen, so what do you want?
I want like
a soybean thing?
Yes, I think we're on the next row over. Faster. Oh, sorry. Okay, I can't find. Out. Because Tanya's taking so long.
I was flirting.
You were flirting.
You.
You're married. Okay, we'll come back in the car. We're still here because she has to get 9 million things.
Actually,
People are so rude in the store. Do you notice that?
Because they think you're like, what do they call them? An exposition.
Do you know what I miss? Chicken pot pies.
You know what I miss? How they burnt your mouth and you couldn't taste something for 3 days.
Oh my God.
And then you ate another.
Do you remember Scott that we called Skeisha?
Scotty?
Scotty, yeah.
Yeah.
He would put peanut butter on the bottom of them.
Oh God, now that doesn't surprise me. How did you get to the bottom of them?
No, you put, like, you turn it over and then you put peanut butter on the bottom of it and then you turn it back over again. So when you eat the crust, it has peanut butter on it. You didn't even want to look at all the seasonal stuff. You have, like, you're no fun anymore. Don't you want a garden gnome?
No, I'm used to you hurrying me up, but I would one of them garlic master things.
What? These are the Diet Cokes I was talking about. Look, these are so good. Diet Coke, Zesty Blood Orange, Twisted Mango.
Ooh,
2 for $7.
I'm gonna get
these.
I'm gonna get a Twisted Mango. Are you getting 2 or 1?
I'm getting 1.
I'll get 1 too.
Okay. Now I got more things I gotta carry into Tanya's house. All right, so we're gonna check out now. Let's see.
Check out your car.
See if these rude people will let us in line here. Say bye, Tanya.
See you later.
Where are you going, Speedy Gonzalez?
To heaven.
That's the same woman that told us last time we were here. She's like, now you two don't fight.
That lady is kind of weird.
She's kind of weird.
Well, no, what I don't like is that she threw my watermelon down. I'm scrunching everything else in my watermelon for 25 minutes.
Nobody's
Put
throwing that.
baby in the
Where are we
corner.
at? We're over here. We're over here. Tiny, we're over here. She doesn't listen. Nobody was throwing that watermelon, first of all, okay?
She was putting it down a moving aisle onto my other stuff. I don't like that. I pay good money for my groceries. You ran every day. Give me a rant, baby. Give me a rant.
Oh.
We need to take Betty to her car wash.
I know. My car needs it needs a wash so bad. Alex bought a monthly thing.
Oh, Lord.
And he takes his through the car. I can't even get in because of how these people parked.
Well,
we are so spiritual tonight. No, we really are. Kind of.
you bought this watermelon.
You picked it up just fine, which means you'll be picking it up just fine to take it inside your house.
Oh, not bad.
When did it start hurting?
About 2 seconds ago.
About a week back.
I know, I heard that one. Here's your sweetheart.
Hold on, right here. This is my Zesty
That's
Blood
yours.
Orange.
This is yours. Oh wow.
Are you guys vlogging?
I am.
Oh, cool.
Do you want to be in the vlog?
You need to subscribe to him. Peter Monn.
What?
Cool.
What's your name?
Abby.
Abby?
Yeah.
Hi, Abby. I'm Peter.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel. Hi. Well, thank you for being in the vlog.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so cool.
So go check it out. My channel's called Peter Monn, M-O-N-N.
Sure.
And then the vlog channel's called Peter Vlogs.
Yeah, so cool. Like,
Are you a YouTuber?
Yeah, well, no, not yet anyways.
Why aren't you? Who's your favorite YouTuber in the entire world?
Probably.
Don't say Tana Mojo.
Probably Gabe, Jess and Gabe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who else?
Cole and Sav.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who do you watch? Anybody?
I don't think he watches YouTubers.
Not that
vloggers
much.
very much.
I don't watch vloggers.
Ah.
Oh, one of those.
That's good.
Look, he was
Well, thank you for being in it.
one that parked wrong, not you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.
Everybody's gonna start vlogging. See?
Oh, baby, we so famous. I gotta put my shades on.
Nobody even knows who we are. We are not famous.
I get recognized all the time.
You know who you get recognized as?
Your
Dog
good
the Bounty
Judy.
Hunter's wife.
Stop it. No, that is not nice. I do not think she's that attractive. And nothing against you, Beth. I don't think it's very nice.
No,
Okay.
like Beth is watching the video. Nothing against you, Beth, but
Okay, I'm gonna name you somebody, and I'm gonna think of a really not a very good name.
who?
I don't know.
My pants are falling down. Tanya truly cannot think of anybody to call me that.
I like those shorts.
Who just texted me? Lori's texting me. She wants to go to the casino.
Tell her to ease up. Ease up, young lad. Stay woke.
Who do I look like that's bad that you think is mean?
I could not be mean to you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you who you look like.
Stop.
No, I'm gonna pick somebody real nice I think you look like.
No, because it's gonna really hurt my feelings. Because you see me differently than I see myself.
Tanya. Do you guys think that Tanya's pretty? Everybody will put in the comment section.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
we love Tanya. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Everyone wants to know when we're doing our eyelash video. We got to find a place to do it.
Oh, we got to.
All right, so we're gonna get off here and chat a little bit, and we will see you later. Say goodbye.
Night.
Good night. Okay, so I'm leaving Tanya's. Got the water. She never thought of somebody that she's gonna be mean to me and call me, say I look like somebody. Oh, I love to tease her with the dog, the bounty hunter, Beth, because she gets so mad. She's like, I don't look like her. I'm like, okay, no, you don't. Your hair does sometimes, but not always. But anyway. Did you ever watch that show? We loved that show back in the day. Tanya and I would just get laughing our asses off so much of that show. Anyway, I love Tanya. She's my heart's down. We have so much fun together, just doing the stupidest stuff, like going to the grocery store and going to meetings and palling around. Anyway, that was a fun night. I was just telling her, I said, God, this night feels like it's been so long. It's 10:11 right now. It's been, what, 3 hours? It hasn't been that long. But I am tired. And Lori's texting me like crazy, wanting to go to the casino. And she was texting me last night too. She ended up going, so I didn't end up going. And then the other night she texted me and I didn't end up going because she didn't end up going. She's been doing this like 3 nights this week where she says she wants to go, but then she doesn't end up going. And I'm like, I gotta get kind of motivated to go, you know, like I could take it or leave it. So, but anyway, it is beautiful outside. It's 72 right now. Tony said it's supposed to be really nice until the race this weekend, then it's supposed to rain on Sunday. Good meeting tonight. We talked about emotional sobriety and a spiritual foundation. And it was interesting. This guy that has been sober, I don't know, like 30 years was in my meeting tonight. And I had never told him this, but you know, I didn't go to meetings for 4 years after my mom passed away. My attitude at that time was kind of just like, you know what, like, I don't know, I was just real negative about recovery, not being sober. Like, I didn't want to drink or use drugs. I just was like, I didn't feel like I needed the 12-step part of it anymore, you know? And I was like, I just don't want to go to meetings. I don't want to work with a sponsor. And I still talk to my sponsor like once a month after that. And obviously Tanya was my best friend, so I saw her, you know, 3 or 4 nights a week and we would talk recovery, but I wasn't going to meetings and she was. And, you know, she would ask me all the time, do you want to go to meeting? Do you want to go to meeting? Do you want to go to meeting? I've talked about this on here at length before, but so for 4.5 years, I didn't step inside of 12-step program meeting, not for 1 minute. And, I kind of had this like emotional breakdown one day where I just was like, it wasn't anything big that had happened in my life. It was like, honest to God, it was nothing huge. I like made this list of like things I had to do. It was like laundry, like vacuum, and I just was like halfway through the list and I just lost it and started crying. I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, you can't even function, you know? And so I started going back to meetings. And if you guys want to hear that story, I'll tell it again. But I've told it on here before, probably multiple times. But this guy that was in the meeting tonight, I hadn't seen him in a long time. And probably within the first 2 weeks that I started going back to meetings, I was just very numb. I was excited to be back, but I just was real numb. And he gave a lead. He told his story, and I went and I heard it. And I had remembered him because he'd always been somebody that I looked up to in the program, you know, that like he just had this phenomenal recovery, and I just was so impressed with him. And he shared about how he went through about a 2-year period where he had no spiritual foundation in his life, no emotional sobriety. You know, that, yeah, he wasn't drinking and he wasn't using drugs, but everything else in his life, he was being real negative on a daily basis. He was just, you know, nasty to people. He just was sad all the time. He had no benefits of working in 12-step. There was no spiritual foundation. There was no like prayer and meditation. There was no like, you know, conscious listening to a higher power or trying to be a better person. It just was day in, day out, just going through whatever. And he said, you know, it really took me, and he shared it there, it almost took him losing his marriage for him to get to a point where like he really was like, you need to get your shit together. And, you know, he got really active in 12-step program, and hearing that lead that night saved my life. It honestly did. because I was at a point where I wasn't really convinced that I wanted to come back in. I wasn't really convinced that I wanted to do the work. I knew I needed to be here to be happy, but I didn't know that I really wanted to do it. Like, I just didn't, you know? I had been away for so long, and I was going to a couple meetings, and I came back in, and I was all gung-ho when I first walked back in. This is 2 or 3 weeks later, and I just kind of was like, this is gonna be a lot of work. Like, I'm not sure I wanna do this again, you know? And hearing him talk about it and share, like, how great his life had improved since those 2 years that he just wasn't doing anything, you know, was just incredible. And after the meeting tonight, he came, and so I shared that in my share tonight with him. I said, you know, you saved my life and you don't even realize it. And I think that we need to hear that sometimes. And just by you sharing your truth and sharing your story, like, I realized that I too could get back on track and save myself and save my marriage, which, you know, at that point, Alex didn't even really know what to do with me because I just was so sad all the time. And it wasn't anything because of him, and it wasn't anything because of any kind of craving, which I didn't have. It was about just not having any kind of spiritual connectedness and not having any kind of working on myself or trying to be a better person or trying to be caring and compassionate. There just was nothing going on. It was just day in, day out, day in, day out. And I had all these resentments that I hadn't worked on, that I wasn't willing to take a look at what my part was in all of that. And so anyway, after the meeting, he came up to me and he was like, you have no idea what that did for me. I needed to hear that tonight. And so we talked for a little bit. He was like, you know, he was like, I think, like, my spiritual foundation is not an on and off switch. It's like a dimmer. And he said, you know, some days I'm like full blast, the light is on, you know? And he said other days it's dimmed. And when it's dimmed, I think to myself, I don't need to pray. I don't need to go to a meeting. I don't need to read a meditation book. I don't need to really think about how to improve as a person. And he said, what the problem with that is he said, when I start dimming down that light, you know, before long, there's no light on left forever at all. And then there's no light coming in, and it's just all darkness. And he goes, and the problem is that when there's all darkness there, then I start thinking to myself, you know, what's the point? Blah, 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 whatever. Acting out in other ways. And he said, you know, he goes, your dimmer wasn't all the way off, or you wouldn't have heard what I had to say. And I was like, oh my God. And he was like, you know, you still had that dimmer on just a little bit, but you could barely even tell that there was any light on in the room. And he said, but something that I said that day and something about you coming back when you did, he said, turn that dimmer up just enough for you to be able to see yourself out of that dark room. And I was like, oh my God. And this is the point where, like, I have to remain teachable on a daily basis and hear what other people have to say to me, because it saves my life. Like, you know, I don't have the luxury of ever getting to the point again where it's between me and a drink or me and a drug. I don't have that luxury in my life, because if I get to that point again, I'm gonna end up dead. Like, that's reality for me. That if I allow myself to get to the point where I think that it's okay for me, I'm a goner. And you know, a lot of people send me emails and a lot of people ask me questions about, like, how do you do it on day in, day out? I really do not have physical or emotional cravings, really, almost ever. It happens from time to time where I think to myself, oh, a beer sounds nice, or a glass of wine sounds good, or we go somewhere and I think, oh, that is like kind of a fun drink. But the reality is that my tape plays so quickly through my head from point A to point Z, you know, of like, well, this is what will happen if I do. Like, one drink will lead to another drink, will lead to another, then I'll be, you know, eating a Xanax because they weren't out when I was using, I've never tried them, and then I'll be using cocaine, and before you know it, my whole life's destroyed, and Alex has left, and he's taking the dogs, and I can't afford my mortgage, and I'm not making videos, and I'm not working anymore, and, you know, like, my family doesn't want anything to do with me because my dad and my stepmom told me if I ever picked up again, they were done. Like, done. And, you know, and then I have no one and I'm all alone. Okay, that tape used to take me a while to play through, like when I first got sober, but today it plays through that quick. And so, you know, I'm very conscious of that, and I know, like, very quick, I don't even entertain the idea anymore. But there was a time that I would in early sobriety, which is why at that point I needed to always be around people My hair looked cute earlier, but it doesn't anymore. Why I have to always be around people that are positive for me, that are spiritual for me, that I can learn from. Like, it's important for me to be around people where I'm not the most important person in the room, where like I learn from them, like this guy tonight, or Tanya. I learn stuff from her all the time, or Alex's mom is very spiritual, and you know, or like his whole family is just like an abundance of gratitude, you know, an abundance of gratitude. And like, I need all of that. And so for me, remaining teachable is not always just, here's a lesson, are you willing to learn it? For me, it's, are you willing to remain teachable even in difficult times, even when things aren't going your way? Like, you know, one of the things I said tonight was, prayer is really interesting. Like, you know, when things are going well in our lives and we get the new car and we get a new job that we wanted and this happens and that happens, it's like, oh, prayer works. You know, we say prayer works for us in our lives. But when things aren't going well in our lives, we say, oh, is God even listening? You know, why did God act this way? Why did God do this? Or whatever your higher power is, the wind, the universe, or whatever. You know, and, you know, I said for me that like prayer is action. It's like me. Prayer is me talking, and meditation is me listening. And I don't mean like Zen meditation. I mean just having conscious contact with your higher power, like just listening, you know, to what they're saying, what your higher power is saying, and what your higher power would want from you in a situation, which is why some of the prayers I say every night are, help me to want what I already have. Help me to be a better version of myself tomorrow. You don't have to be a religious or a spiritual person to say those things and work on those tomorrow, you know? You don't have to be a spiritual or religious person to say, hey, I want to be a better person tomorrow than I was today. That can be a human condition thing, you know? And the rewards that come from it are just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like such a lightness today in my life compared to that. I don't mean like a lightness like bright light. I mean like a lightness about my step. Like, you know, compared to where I've been in the past. And I truly believe I had to go through some shit, you know, to realize the lessons that were in that. But like, I have to stay alert to what those lessons are. Like, and even if the lessons aren't real, well, what have I taken from it? What have I assigned meaning to? And, you know, it's just made my life so much more powerful. I don't know. I feel like people are put in my life to learn just sometimes just the smallest things from, you know. And there was this guy in there tonight, and he's older. And I don't think he's been clean. I think he's been clean and sober for about 6 months. And his just share was so simple, you know, about how prayer works for him in his life. And he just kind of thinks about things. He did, you know, he was taught to, you know, same things I was taught, basically, to say, you know, help in the morning and thanks at the end of the night. And that's as simple as prayer needs to be. And, you know, I forget that sometimes, that it doesn't have to be this real complicated search for a higher power. You know, like I went on this grand search for a higher power where I was reading all kinds of books, you know, and philosophical books, you know, Man's Search for Meaning, and, you know, just all kinds of really deep things. And really, I think that my spiritual beliefs today are so simple that it's almost kind of like the Wizard of Oz, that everything I always was looking for was in my own backyard. You know, it was all right there all along, and I didn't have to do this long searching for it because it was right there. And had I just allowed myself to be present and calm and remove that kind of wired intensity, toxicity, and chaos, once that was gone, I could see it, you know? Like, I could see just that simpleness in my life. And I feel like that today. You know, ask me on a bad day. Today's been a good day, but ask me on a bad day. You know, that's the real test. Ask me on a day when things aren't going the way that I want them to. Ask me on a day when, like, all hell's broken loose, you know? And then I don't know, like, that's truly sometimes the test of my spiritual condition. Then how spiritual am I on those days? Not always real spiritual. And then that gives me, you know, a lot of work that I need to do. And spirituality to me is of the soul, of the spirit. Like, who are you in that moment? You know, that doesn't have to be, I don't want people to think that I mean that in a religious term, because I don't. It can be just, you know, things to me that are conditions of spirituality are love, compassion, kindness, integrity, humility, teachability, things like that, you know? And those are the things I truly aim to be. I really aim to be, you know? And a good husband, which is why I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna go home and upload this vlog for the night, and I'm gonna sit down and eat my dinner with my husband and give him his veggie chips, and I'm gonna watch some TV with him, and then probably go to bed early unless Lori texts me and says she wants to go to the casino, but I don't think that's gonna happen because she's not really into it tonight. So she's constantly texting me saying she wants to go, then she says at the last minute she doesn't want to. So anyway, I'm gonna make this a little bit shorter tonight, I think. I have no idea how long it is now. I love you guys, and if you want to see Tanya in more vlogs, put it in the comment section below. Excuse me. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.